Today I had a craving for a traditional childhood favorite called Gajar Halwa, which is a sweet dish made out of carrots, milk, and sugar. I did a little bit of quick Googling to see if I could make it in my Instant Pot and was unable to find a recipe, so I decided to make up my own. So the first thing that I needed to do was to gather all my ingredients together. And that included ghee, which I don't use, but other people do. So it would be 4 tablespoons of ghee, cashews and raisins for topping, 1 kg of carrots, and 250 grams of sugar. Additionally, I also had 4 cardamom pods and a cup of milk. So the first thing that I did was I brought my Instant Pot out and set it up in position, making sure that it was in the off position while I set it up. And then I turned it on to the saute mode on the more setting, which means that it would be quite hot. And then I waited for the screen to say hot. While that was happening, I started to wash, peel, and grate my carrots. Once the screen said hot, that meant that I could add in my fat. In my case, I used 2 tablespoons of Crisco and 2 of butter to make my gajar ka halwa. So I put those into the pot and started to melt them. Once everything was melted, I added in the cashews and just roasted them a little bit in the fat to get them brown and then removed them from the pot. Once they were removed, I got my carrots together that I had been washing, peeling, and finely grating, and took them to my empty pot, made sure that the pot was still on the hot saute mode, and added the carrots into the pot. Along with the carrots, I also threw in 4 cardamom pods to get a nice depth of flavor. I sauteed the carrots with the cardamom pods for maybe about 1 to 2 minutes, and then I added in the 1 cup of milk, which is really necessary to get a high pressure going inside the Instant Pot. I mixed that all together and then put the lid on to the Instant Pot. I put it into the ceiling. I turned the knob to ceiling to ensure that we could get the high pressure, and then turned it on to pressure manual for 5 minutes. It took about 2 to 3 minutes for the pot to come to pressure, and then it cooked for 5 minutes. Once it had counted down to 0, I did a quick release. The way that I did that was that I went to the top of the pot and moved the knob from ceiling to venting and released all of the air. Once the pin fell, I knew that it was safe to open the lid. And inside I saw that the carrots had really cooked down into a nice soft orange color, and the carrots were quite soft. So now it was time to add my sugar. So I turned the pot back on to the saute more mode and started mixing up the carrots so that I could dry up the milk that was in there. Sorry for all the steam. I did that for about maybe 4 to 5 minutes, and then I added in the 250 grams of sugar. With that in there, I continued to saute it for another 4 to 5 minutes so that the sugar could melt and then be absorbed by the carrots. After that time was up, I threw in my raisins, and if you want, you can also put in your koya or mava at this point as well. And that was when it was pretty much done. So once it was all mixed nicely in there, I took it out, put it into a nice bowl, and garnished with the roasted cashews from before. I hope you enjoyed the recipe.